Morning, guys. I'm gonna just sit here and talk for a little bit. I'm about to do my cardio, but I had something to really just get off my chest. And I know if I go and do my cardio, I'm gonna forget it. But I'm sitting here and I was reading this book, Your 5 Next Moves by Patrick Bet-David. And it's a really good book when it comes to like business, but the start of the book so far is really understanding who you want to become. Who do you want to, be? And I guess for me, I've gone through my whole life where I'll have a little bit of motivation and I'm super disciplined, on the gym, building up my body. But when it comes to building up other things in my life, I've always received small wins and then completely fall off the wagon, where I experience a little bit of success and that triggers in my mind, oh, I've made it, I don't need to work hard anymore. And that's something where I have to realize, okay, I'm reverting back to comfort. I need to correct myself. And the book is super, super, super influential, and it's inspiring me to really just ground myself in what I want. Okay, I have to develop a more in-depth why. I have a brand, Dialed Fitness, and I love it. And I had to understand, and I really wrote down, where do I want to go with this brand? Okay. How many people do I want to help? Who do I want to help? Where will this brand go in the next 5 years? Will it still even be a thing? Do I want it to still be a thing? And I wrote down specifically exactly where I want this brand and the trajectory of the brand to go. And again, this is a video by no means saying go buy my one-on-one fitness coaching. I don't care if you do or not, but this video is mainly specifically saying that I am on a mission. Not only to build up my brand, but to build up myself in every single way possible, which I have been doing, but I have to go even harder. My current self is the bare minimum. My why will not be fulfilled until I fulfill all aspects of my life with proper purpose. And purpose will drive you. If you wake up, you don't need an alarm clock, you know exactly what you need to do, then all of your actions and the specific things you do throughout your day will gravitate you towards fulfilling that why and fulfilling that purpose. Okay, if you have a purpose and your why currently right now is to get into the best possible shape of your life, and you really go into depth on why you want to be in shape, exactly like I did. I was super insecure. I hated the way I looked. I wasn't gaining any respect from my peers. I was super just small, and I hated, how people treated me. And I knew that if I were able to, improve myself physically, people would respect me more. And that's exactly what happened. That was my why on getting into shape. And then soon I developed a passion for bodybuilding and portraying my physique on stage, which is why I'm 16 weeks out from my first ever bodybuilding show. That was my why, and I achieved that. I achieved my dream physique. And then I had to come up with another why. Okay? Life is about climbing the ladder, of purpose. Some people never reach that top tier of purpose. It goes survival, a little like some freedom. I'm trying to think, because I said it in the book this morning. It goes survival, right? You're just barely scratching the surface. You just want to survive. And then there's the next point where you want to maybe like have a little bit of freedom. You're making 7 figures, 6 figures a year. You can go on vacations, and then it's like total freedom, where it's like, all right, you can do whatever you want. It's a little bit selfish, but that's kind of where I want to go. And then there's purpose. What people don't understand is they will be at the third one where I said, like, they just want to be financially free. They want to, do whatever they want, but they won't feel a sense of fulfillment because they haven't reached a purpose. They don't have a purpose. Okay, what's the point of getting rich if there's no why behind it? Besides the materialistic things of, I want to be financially free, I want to have money, I want to be able to do whatever I want. Why? Okay, always ask yourself and reassure yourself on why you want to get there. And if the reason is so materialized and it's just not a good enough reason, and it's more so just super, super selfish, you got to re-examine your goals, brother. Everybody wants to be rich, okay? But do you want to be rich in money only? Or do you want to be rich in all aspects of your life? I see so many people that are rich with money, right? They have a lot of wealth. They have, a lot of capital. But they're so underdeveloped in other aspects of their life that they haven't reached their full purpose. They haven't reached their full fulfillment. And it's sad to see, because you developed a skill of reaching, financial freedom, but you can't hold a conversation. Your body is not developed physically. And I'm not saying you have to be the most jacked person ever, but you should be respectable. People should look at you and say, wow, okay, he takes care of himself. The relationships are crumbling. Personally, for me, where I want my brand to go is I want people coming out of the program physically and mentally fortified. I want them knowing coming into the program that now it's not going to be easy, but guess what? If you want to live a fulfilling and purposeful life, and you want to live a life that when you look back on, when you're old, gray, and your time is coming, you're like, wow, I lived it up. I can look back and I helped a lot of people. I inspired a lot of people. I was the best possible version of myself. I can think more clear. I've crushed all of my limited belief factors. I've realized my flaws and I've worked on them. That's what I want people coming into the program realizing and coming out a better fucking man. And it's hard, bro. I'm telling you right now, it is hard to, number one, find your why and kind of like self-audit, who you want to be. And I haven't even wrote in a I kind of have, writing down what my flaws are, where I want to go in my life. I have, but I want to get into more depth, because that will then determine my daily actions. And those daily actions and activities will gravitate me towards my future self and my goals and accomplishing them and fulfilling them. So again, this video is not to say go and buy my coaching. I will guarantee results. I will, but again, you need to understand your why. You need to understand where you want to go. If you are out of shape, which is completely fine. It's not fine to stay out of shape, but if you have a set goal and you have your current why is to get into better shape, and you want to think more clear, you want to have a better head on your shoulders, you want to build up a better mindset, you want to build up a better life for you, it starts with fitness. I'm telling you right now, fitness is the forefront. God is number one, your forefront to any success in life. But building up a physical body is a hard and gruesome task. But as long as you put in the inputs, the outputs, the reward of building up an amazing body is it gives you so much clarity. And it honestly makes you think that you can accomplish anything in life, which you can. I know every single one of you guys watching this video has potential to become a lot greater than they really think. Okay, don't think that you can't accomplish these unrealistic goals you have for yourself. You can accomplish a six-pack physique, okay? It's not easy, but you can do it with the right guidance, the right strategies, the work ethic. I never thought, I remember sitting at my school table, my lunch table, always thinking, and like, I was watching like David Lade, Lex Little, all these guys. I'm like, wow, I don't know if I'll ever be like them, but I'm gonna at least try. And then sooner or later, as I tried a lot more, it became more of a, I'm gonna get this. Okay, this is happening. Okay, so always really, really find your why, guys. And I know it's hard, and you might have to be real with yourself. You might have to really dig deep in what your flaws are and what you're currently struggling with. But that's the importance of having a coach, someone holding you accountable that has already accomplished that. And I'm by no means, somebody that has accomplished everything in my life, but I've built up my dream body. I have a lot of knowledge in building up a physical body, and I'm fortifying my mind every single day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are genuinely trying to build up an amazing physique and fortify your mind, this is only for serious people. Please do not bullshit this. You know, I would rather you not waste your time booking in a call in the description below. But if you are somebody that's genuinely trying to improve, book in a call in below or DM me dial on Instagram. Other than that, boys, short video. Stay dialed.